Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Thanks so much for listening. Today we are talking 401ks, JFK documents, and a big Veggie Recall. Plus the World Series and changes might be coming to your Facebook feed. All that and more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Tuesday, October 24th. You ready? Let's do this. For a minute there, it seemed tax reform could have included a cap on your traditional 401k. Republican leaders had said it would help make up for other tax cuts in the president's plan. But President Trump was not feeling the new idea. He tweeted, "There will be no change to your 401k." So it seems it's back to the drawing board for more specifics of this tax plan. There's been a lot of questions lately about what happened in Niger, where 4 American soldiers were killed a few weeks ago. The questions are mainly because the body of one of the soldiers wasn't recovered until a few days after the attack. Some lawmakers felt there were too many secrets about the whole thing. So the top U.S. general came out to speak directly to reporters and to the public. The AP says he laid out a timeline and talked about what he knows, but even he admits he can't provide many answers, that there are still investigations trying to figure out several issues, like any planning failures and why it took so long to recover one of the bodies. Secret docs are about to be released. In just a couple of days, we could know a lot more details about JFK's assassination and the shooter himself. USA Today reports a final batch of classified documents are expected to go public, and the president has said he won't try to block it. Some aren't so thrilled about this, though. They say it doesn't matter the files are decades old, that they could still possibly hurt sources and reveal some FBI and CIA methods. The docs are due out on Thursday. A Vietnam War medic just got the Medal of Honor. The Washington Post says President Trump presented it to Captain Gary Rose yesterday and described how Rose repeatedly risked his life to save dozens of other people. The Medal of Honor is America's highest military honor. In case you're wondering whatever happened in the sentencing of Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl, the answer is not much. The AP says it's been postponed to tomorrow. But there was some talk about President Trump. The defense asked the judge if he could be fair, even though the president has slammed Bergdahl, calling him a traitor. The judge said he has concerns about some of those comments, but that he can be fair. Bergdahl left his post in Afghanistan in 2009 and was captured by the Taliban for 5 years. He was freed, but now he's pleaded guilty to deserting his post and misbehaving. He could face life in prison. For the first time, one of Harvey Weinstein's former staffers is talking about what it was like to work for him, and she's even breaking a non-disclosure agreement to do it. She talked with the Financial Times about how she was basically paid for silence. This former assistant said she dealt with sexual harassment herself, but she officially quit when a colleague was sexually assaulted. She says they were told to take a settlement, so they did. That was 19 years ago. Weinstein's spokesman says he denies allegations of rape or retaliation. Also, George Clooney and Matt Damon spoke to Good Morning America about him. They said they knew he was a bully and a, quote, womanizer, but they say they didn't know he was preying on women to the level talked about now. Remember that New York Times report about Bill O'Reilly we talked about yesterday? How he apparently paid out $32 million to settle a harassment claim, and that Fox might have known. O'Reilly called the report lies and smears. Well, now NBC News host Megyn Kelly, who used to work for Fox News, did a 5-minute monologue on her show. She talked about Fox and O'Reilly and said his suggestion that no one ever complained about him there is false, and that she knows that because she complained. She showed the email and everything. O'Reilly responded with pictures of a couple thank you notes she had written him. There's a big recall of vegetables, the packaged kind. Think packaged broccoli, cauliflower, and more. Some may be contaminated with listeria, which is especially bad for high-risk people like pregnant women. CNN reports Mann Packing recalled the products. It affects products at several grocery stores, including Trader Joe's, Meijer, and Walmart. If you have some packaged veggies in the fridge right now, you may want to check out the details. I'll link to them in today's show notes. If you've been to New York City, you've probably taken the subway, right? Well, now it's getting a makeover, at least the way you pay. The New York Times says the city will be phasing out those paper Metro cards by 2023, and it's going high-tech. You'll be able to just swipe your cell phone or certain credit and debit cards at the turnstiles. It'll be for buses, too. A similar system is already used in London. All right, other things people may be talking about today. The World Series. Game 1 is tonight. The Los Angeles Dodgers against the Houston Astros. The game is in LA. It starts at 5 p.m. Pacific time. You can watch it on Fox. Fox News says the ticket prices for Game 1 start at nearly $1,000. And if there's a Game 7, the average price for that ticket is expected to be $5,500. Facebook is testing 2 news feeds. The main feed for posts from friends and family like we're seeing right now, and another sort of hard to find feed for commercial posts. Think brands, publishers, and organizations. It's not happening in the US yet, but Facebook is testing it right now in several other countries. Facebook says it could be a way to make the main feed more meaningful to people, but Recode reports it's likely just to make brands pay more to be seen. The numbers are in. Amazon got a total of 238 pitches from cities who want to be the new home of HQ2, Amazon's second headquarters. The New York Times points out it's probably easiest to talk about the cities and regions that didn't pitch themselves instead of the ones that did. So here it goes. Only 7 U.S. states did not have any cities pitch themselves to Amazon. Those were North and South Dakota, Wyoming, Montana, Vermont, Arkansas, and Hawaii. Amazon says it'll announce the big winner of a promised 50,000 jobs for HQ2 sometime next year. Speaking of Amazon, it's apparently getting even more into the food thing. Now Amazon said it will start taking takeout orders right from the Amazon app. Mashable reports it will only be available in some states for now. You still have to pick up your own food, but the idea is you can order and pay for it more easily. There's talk that Tesla's artificial intelligence won't need to talk at all, that the assistant in self-driving cars of the future will just predict where you need to go. So if you get in the car at 7 a.m. every day to go to work, for example, your car will just know that and go. You won't have to say a word. NBC News says this could be something we see sooner than later, like next year. And that's it. You are ready to go. If you want to read more, just go to thenewsworthy.com. Today's show notes will have all the links to the stories we talked about. Thank you again to all of you who have rated and reviewed The Newsworthy. I love to hear why it's valuable to you, and it also helps other people give it a try. If you haven't yet, I do always appreciate it. You can leave a review on most podcast apps or just on my Facebook page. The Newsworthy is available to you every day, Monday through Friday by 4 a.m. Eastern Time. Until then, have a great day, and we will chat again tomorrow.